Well, the CAF Confederation dream ends right here for Amakosi as they get defeated in Cairo by 2-1 by Zamalek. That means Zamalek and Al Mazir are through to the next stage of the CAF Confederation Cup, and Amakosi are coming back home. Very, very sad news for South African football. Yes, we were celebrating CAF Champions League, the Mamelodi Sundowns, but Kaizer Chiefs could not be able to bring or to multiply that joy. This is through pass nakanjani esikhaleni lamigama usiboniso sizo wakamnikazi sibongo, and I'm not by myself. Ngiphethe coach Killer Mphela ophoxekile.
Yeah. Amakhosi awajabulanga namhlanje.
Ayifake.
Ini?
Ngathi uphoxekile.
Mosiqeda kushona nje wathi nawe uyangibona ngiphoxekile.
Hayi, mina bengisho because ngifuna ukujabulisa wena.
Sengijabule. Happy nawe.
Mr. Clean Sheets could not be able to have a clean sheet today. Now, because we are smiling. You see? That's the idea. I know how to dig him. I know how to dig this nonsense of a coach.
But I'm not there.
Not a good one for Amakosi, not a good one as they come back. They are equal in points with Al Masir, but the goals, Al Masir goal difference, they are 2 goals up and Kaizer Chiefs 1. We were still discussing this and not too sure as to whether that rule is still applicable or what else they might have been knocked out for.
Yeah, we might not know about the rules because sometimes the rules they change all the time. But yeah, by the look of things, yeah, Kaizer Chiefs they are out. What a dramatic day! You start a day on top of the look. After 90 minutes, you are not even in the conversation for proceeding to the next round. Very, very disappointing for South African football. Yeah, very disappointing for South African
there we
football.
Go.
Yeah.
Coming to the game, as you're saying, Kaizer Chiefs are on top, and you could see some changes here and there as far as the starting lineup. But just take us through the game. What was expected from Kaizer Chiefs as they managed to hold the first half and get the point that they wanted because the score was 0-0. But come second half, things changed.
Yeah, things changed second half. But when they went first half, for me, I was not so much impressed, but impressed that they kept the clean sheet, but was not impressed by that they were able to be broken. They were having a much Zamalek was having a chances and the box entries, especially on crosses and also through a combination. They were able to, especially on the break, not the combination, especially on the break, because sometimes you could see Abom Semang having a 3v2. Sometimes because Zamalek they were just exposing the wings because Umak was just pushing up and forgetting to come back, and also Umonyan and I was also pushing up, so they were just exposing Zamalek, they were exposing those spaces and attacking Kaizer Chiefs. But it was an open game because now Kaizer Chiefs they were getting the chances, especially when Undlovu no Mapue they were still on the pitch. They were getting into the dangerous areas there on the zone 14 doing combinations, but yeah. They didn't have more shots on target, but when you look at Zamalek, there were so many diagonal balls that they were just passing where they were just needing a touch, maybe 3 or 4 where they were just needing a touch. So it meaning first half, yes, Zamalek didn't score, but now Chiefs they were a little bit disciplined sometimes, but I think they were lack. And then come second half is Zamalek. They just increased the Lokuzan a tempo of the game and tried to attack more and more and more. Then in case of Chiefs, they were not that adventurous, especially with their Masapa. But I think that the downfall of Kaizer Chiefs, it was a Masap, because for me the main problem of Chiefs is taking out Lokuzan. Remember when we did the preview, I said sit with those two pivots, you won't be having a problem. You won't concede, you won't be having problems, because I thought when they're keeping those two defensive midfielders, then showcase they will be able to salvage even a draw, because I predicted at least a 1-1 draw, but it wasn't to be, because when a second half, crucial moments of the game, then the Chiefs, they found themselves conceding. Nalapo, who made them concede, Kevin Msimang. Then Kevin Msimang has not been playing. The regulars have been Ulukuzan, Umekwel no Lukuzan no Kwinika. So now Msimang gave the opponent the ball, and then after that is a counter attack. Then that was it. First goal. Second goal, again the problem is comes here on the left channel there, on the left half space, because nowadays Umabas, because Umdlov is not there. Umdlov was able to break down those plays, and then they just attacked there, and then very clean goal. There is nothing that Peterson was going to do there. Then after that, it was just, the game was just literally over, because you could see with the Chiefs, you're playing away in those conditions, and this Lokuzan. The Zamalek players, they were also pulling the refereeing and stuff, so it was always going to be difficult. But also Kaizer Chiefs, they did manage to come back, did the crosses. I always emphasize that Champions League, you always win them by crosses, and then set piece, and then corner, it's a goal. But they didn't intense it because of Amasap, Lokozano. Vilakazi, for me, you remember when I said he should be in the starting lineup, so they put him late. And also Sereno, he came in and then just dropped at the chamber of the game. Another thing, when Sereno was in, you couldn't see, he was just lost in the position, because he didn't play a C10. He played like he 8. And also when Vilakazi was in, they took Vilakazi and Sereno to overload the right side, when they were having also Solomons of which, and I think Solomons they took late, because Solomons usually has a cheat code for those North Africans.
Okay, hold on, you are rushing me. So you speak about Kaizer Chiefs, I mean, not playing as an offensive football as one could have wanted, but you are there because you simply want to get the point. So what offensive football do you want to see? Because if I defend, ensure that I don't allow them into my box, that's all.
No, it's not. It doesn't play like that. The game, sometimes you can plan, but the game can also tell you what to do, because Zamalek were not that adventurous. Yes, they wanted to score, but they were not that. They were not a threatening team, such that they were not a disciplined team that they were keeping a possession all the time. So there were chances that you can just go out. Even now, even when you're defending, you don't just defend one way, that you will put 11 players outside that line. No, now you're defending in order to attack, because you allow them to go come into your half, so that you'll be able to expose the space behind the defense and the Lokozan and the goalkeeper. So of which this game didn't even require that, because it was just an open game. Kaizer Chiefs had more opportunities, and also Zamalek had more opportunities. But I'm disappointed about the second half, the way the positioning of the players. Uli Lepo has been scoring goals. The first half even did the thing where he crosses the ball, because he once scored doing the thing. I always say this, Uli Lepo has a strength when he's playing as a right wing forward. Then coach, when he introduced Vilakazi, is make him to play as a right wing forward, not a C10. Kantu Vilakazi is more effective when he's coming at T10. So now on the other side,
you said a game will tell you what to do, and you just said that, Tuguti. A game will tell you. When I was speaking about defending, couldn't now be the case that the game told the coach Tuguti he needed to convert the players in that manner? And you also look at the heights of those people that they were playing with.
Yeah, for me, I don't agree. You need to play the players according to their strength. Play the players is substitute. You have nothing to lose. You want to influence the game positively. Play the players, position the players into their strength. Take uLilepo, put him on the other side. Take uVilakazi, put him as a 10. Take uSereno msuse la ku-8. Play uSereno as a left wing forward, so that Sereno can take the ball, drive with the ball, try to cut in. Then you'll be able to do a combination. Then uVilakazi is very good with that pass, that diagonal pass of finding. His other is finding the pole, or as is finding also Solomon's the one that is overlapping on the right hand side. So a team there will be having a more balance, especially when they reach a final third. So but yeah, it wasn't to be. So the players were just confused. That's why Kaizer Chiefs had less and less chances, especially second half as opposed to the first half, because Umutlo was even better in the first half.
Well, that's just about it. Kaizer Chiefs, unfortunately, they are out, and which means now, they're also out in the Nedbank Cup. So, which means the only one thing that now they can direct their focus into is the league.
Mathematically, it's still possible for them to win the league.
Not only mathematical, I think also the way they play. Because as we speak, they are sitting at position 3. So if you were talking maths, you would say even Amazulu, even Arrows, everyone mathematically is still possible for them to win the league.
Good luck.
How? Kaizer Chiefs now, other teams are distracted by many other things that they're playing. Sundowns, there's Nedbank, there's CAF, and the league. Pirates, there's Nedbank, and there's the league. Chiefs, it's only Kaizer Chiefs. It's only the league now.
I told you this thing a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, maybe 3 weeks ago when Vilakazi played that game, and then you said Vilakazi should go to the World Cup. I told you that no, Kaizer Chiefs, they won't win the league. You win the league because of depth. And then I still feel and believe, according to what I see, Kaizer Chiefs does no longer have, does not possess those qualities of having a depth. For example, when Ndlovu is out, that team just crumble.
So it's over for Kaizer Chiefs.
It's over.
No cup this season.
Hey, maybe Shell Helix Cup or any of these cups, these homemade cups, but not these domestic cups.
In case we incriminate ourselves, let's just leave this episode. Unfortunately for Amakosi, they could not be able to get a win, and they are out of the CAF Confederation. We will meet on the next one, which will be on Wednesday, okay, between Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. But for now, it's a chai.
Aye, that one will be a draw. Sharp.